Hey kids, so Pastor Lois here again, and I'm looking at the readings for September 20th, and I see my camera's cockeyed, so I'm going to adjust it, and I think I over-adjusted it. Oh well. Anyways, I'm looking at the readings for September 20th, what we'll hear in church on that day. I won't be in any of the live streams that day for Emmanuel because I'll be preaching for the people of faith in Lehigh Acres. Anyways, I'm looking at the gospel reading for that day. And in it, Jesus tells a story about a farm owner who has a vineyard, which is a farm where you grow grapes. And he needs a lot of workers to get done whatever needs to be done on a particular day. So he goes to the market where people who need work hang around waiting to see if somebody will ask them to work for them that day. He goes there really early and gets some people to work for him, and they go to work. And then he comes back at 9 and gets some more people, and he comes back again at noon and gets more people, and he comes back again at 3 in the afternoon and gets more people, and he even comes back at 5 o'clock, which would normally mean there's just 1 hour left to the work day at his farm, and he hires some more people. So 6 o'clock rolls around and he goes to pay everybody for their work. And the weirdest thing happens. He gives them all the same amount of money. Whether they worked all day or just 1 hour, they each got the same amount of money. Well, the people who worked all day were not happy. And the landowner turned to one of them and said, "Friend, I am doing you no wrong. Did you not agree with me for the usual daily wage? Take what belongs to you and go. I choose to give," and then he referred to the other people, "the same that I gave you. Am I not allowed to do what I choose with what belongs to me? Or are you envious because I am generous?" And yeah, that sure sounds like what they were. They were envious. They were mad that somebody got more than they did. But they all got the same. So it wasn't that they didn't get the same amount. It was just that the other people didn't work as hard for it. But you know what? As Christians, especially as Lutheran Christians, if we were in that kind of situation, we should be happy for the people who got hired later in the day and still got a full day's amount of money. Because you know what? Chances are they've got a family to feed, just like those of us who worked all day long. So it's really important that they have enough money to buy food and to pay for their house or their apartment or whatever. And then the other thing that I thought about the people who worked all day long and were mad, were envious that they didn't get what they thought they should have gotten, given that somebody who only worked an hour got a full day's normal pay, is they ought to have been happy that those extra workers came, because it actually lightened the load for them. They actually had to do less work than if it had only been that one original group of people all day. So the landowner, the farm owner, was not only doing himself a favor by making sure all the work got done, he was actually doing a favor to those first workers by making sure they didn't have to work as hard for the amount of money he promised them. And the reason Jesus tells this story is to be able to compare something people might have experienced with what he's really talking about, which is how God helps people. Like, God doesn't help everybody the same exact amount. God helps, including forgiving when they do things wrong. God helps each person based on what they need instead of what they deserve. And that to me is really good news.